AJ Styles, once considered one of the greatest wrestlers of his generation, has slowly seen his stature diminish within WWE due to a series of questionable booking decisions, missed opportunities, and creative mismanagement. The former WWE champion, who debuted in 2016 to a thunderous ovation, was once the face of SmackDown, carrying the blue brand on his back with legendary matches and unforgettable feuds. However, over the years, WWE's treatment of Styles has chipped away at his aura, reducing him to a mere shadow of the performer he once was. One of the most glaring ways WWE has hindered Styles is through inconsistent booking. After proving his worth with an immediate impact upon arrival, Styles rose to the top quickly, capturing the WWE Championship in 2016. His reign was phenomenal, featuring classic encounters against John Cena, Dean Ambrose, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Yet, once WWE decided to take the belt off him, they never fully restored him to that level of dominance. Instead, Styles was shuffled around aimlessly, often finding himself entangled in mid-card feuds that failed to highlight his true capabilities. Another major misstep in WWE's handling of Styles has been their reliance on him to put over younger talent without any reciprocal benefit. While it's natural for veterans to elevate emerging stars, Styles has been on the losing end far too often without a meaningful follow-up. His losses to wrestlers like Riddle, Karrion Kross, and even Omos felt more like sacrifices rather than strategic decisions to create compelling narratives. The company has treated him like a stepping stone rather than a cornerstone of the roster. WWE's shift in priorities regarding part-time stars and nostalgia acts has also hurt Styles' trajectory. Despite being one of the most consistent performers on the roster, he has frequently been sidelined in favor of aging legends making sporadic appearances. The company's reliance on names from the past has meant that Styles, who could have been the face of the company for years, has been forced into the background. Matches against Undertaker, Edge, and other legends were treated more as showcases for the veterans, rather than career-defining moments for Styles. The way WWE has mishandled Styles' factions and alliances has also contributed to his decline. The formation of the OC was an exciting moment that could have led to a dominant heel faction, but it quickly lost steam due to inconsistent booking. Gallows and Anderson were treated as an afterthought, which, in turn, made Styles' leadership seem weak. When they were released, it left Styles directionless, and instead of capitalizing on his solo credibility, WWE continued to pair him with underwhelming partners. His forced partnership with Omos as a tag team was another example of WWE prioritizing novelty over longevity. Even when WWE has attempted to reinvigorate Styles with fresh storylines, they have often fallen flat due to lackluster execution. His feud with Edge had the potential to be a classic, but was dragged down by the introduction of the Judgment Day and an overcomplicated narrative. Instead of two seasoned veterans putting on a technical masterpiece, the rivalry became a convoluted mess filled with distractions, interference, and unnecessary storytelling devices. Another area where WWE has hurt Styles is their failure to capitalize on his global reputation. Before joining WWE, Styles was a top star in New Japan Pro Wrestling and Impact Wrestling, earning a reputation as one of the best in-ring performers in the world. However, WWE has largely ignored his legacy, failing to acknowledge his international achievements in any meaningful way. Rather than celebrating his past and using it to enhance his current standing, WWE has treated him as just another performer who happened to get over in their system. Styles' presence in the Royal Rumble and other marquee matches has also been lackluster in recent years. When he first debuted, he was treated as a major deal in the Rumble, entering to a huge pop and lasting a significant amount of time. However, in recent editions, he has been treated as an afterthought, often eliminated unceremoniously with little impact on the overall story. WWE has failed to use him as a serious contender, making it clear that they no longer view him as a major player. Injuries have also played a role in Styles' diminished role, but WWE has done little to rehabilitate his image upon his returns. Instead of crafting compelling comeback stories that showcase his resilience, he has often returned to a lukewarm response due to lack of meaningful build-up. When a star of his caliber returns, it should feel like a monumental moment, yet WWE has failed to treat it as such. Another detrimental factor in Styles' career has been WWE's reluctance to give him compelling storylines that allow him to showcase his versatility. Styles has proven time and again that he can excel as both a babyface and a heel, yet WWE has failed to commit to either role long enough to create lasting momentum. His face runs have often been undermined by weak booking, while his heel turns have lacked the necessary edge to make him a dominant villain. The midcard trap has also been a major problem for Styles. After his World Championship reigns, WWE failed to maintain his momentum, relegating him to secondary titles like the US and Intercontinental Championships without proper storytelling. Instead of using these reigns to build compelling narratives, WWE often treated them as placeholders, giving Styles nothing of substance to work with. Styles' interactions with top stars have also suffered due to WWE's obsession with pushing their hand-picked talents. Despite being a proven main eventer, he has often played second fiddle to stars like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. While there's nothing wrong with elevating other talents, WWE has consistently failed to keep Styles in that same conversation, treating him as a secondary act rather than an equal. The lack of creative investment in Styles is also evident in his lack of major WrestleMania moments in recent years. After his incredible matches with Shane McMahon and The Undertaker, WWE has failed to provide him with compelling feuds heading into the biggest show of the year. Instead, he has often been placed in forgettable matches that do little to enhance his legacy. Perhaps the most frustrating aspect of WWE's treatment of Styles is that he is still capable of delivering top-tier performances. Unlike some veterans who have slowed down over the years, Styles remains one of the best wrestlers in the world. Yet, WWE refuses to use him to his full potential, instead reserving major opportunities for others while leaving him in creative limbo. Even outside of the ring, WWE has done little to capitalize on Styles' marketability. Despite being a fan favorite, he has not been given significant mainstream exposure or major promotional pushes. The company has failed to market him as one of their top stars, instead prioritizing others who fit their corporate vision. Styles should be positioned as an elite-level competitor, capable of main eventing major shows while also elevating younger talent. His booking should reflect his history as a world-class performer, emphasizing his experience, skill, and ability to deliver match-of-the-year performances. WWE could start by ensuring that his return to full-time competition is treated as a major event. A series of vignettes hyping his return with footage from his past accomplishments, his WWE Championship runs, his legendary matches against John Cena, and his work in New Japan would help build excitement. Upon his return, Styles should immediately be inserted into a meaningful storyline rather than meandering in the midcard. He could set his sights on a top title, but instead of taking the usual route of challenging a champion directly, he could be positioned as an obstacle to someone else's ambitions. For example, if Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins were involved in a major title chase, Styles could interfere, claiming that he still has a lot left to prove and will not be overlooked. His character should reflect a sense of frustration that he hasn't been in the world title picture in a while. This could lead to a short heel turn or a more aggressive tweener role, where he is focused on proving that he is still the phenomenal one. His first major feud upon returning could be against someone like LA Knight, who represents the new wave of WWE superstars. Styles could feel disrespected that fans and management have seemingly moved on to fresher faces while he was out of the spotlight. The matches between Styles and Knight would be electric, as Knight's charisma and brawling style would contrast with Styles' technical prowess and high-flying ability. The feud should be built with promos where Styles acknowledges Knight's rise, but questions whether he can truly hang with the best in the world. They could trade wins in a best-of-3 series, with Styles ultimately putting Knight over while still looking strong in the process. Beyond that, Styles should be inserted into a storyline that explores his veteran status in the company. He could form a loose alliance with other veteran wrestlers like Randy Orton or Finn Balor, creating a faction of experienced wrestlers who feel underappreciated. This stable could serve as a counterpoint to younger groups like Judgment Day or the Bloodline. Styles should also be given more freedom on the microphone, playing into his real-life confidence and bravado. His best work has always come when he's allowed to express himself naturally, rather than being scripted. A program against a top-tier talker like Sami Zayn would give him a chance to show this side of his character, leading to a compelling feud where Zayn mocks Styles for feeling entitled, while Styles fires back about earning his place through hard work. A major moment in Styles' booking should involve a return to the WWE Championship scene. Whether it be against Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or Gunther, Styles needs a high-stakes, big-match program to remind fans that he is still a credible world title contender. He doesn't necessarily have to win the belt, but he should at least headline a major pay-per-view with a classic match that shows he belongs in that conversation. One compelling angle could be Styles versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther's dominant run would make him the perfect foil for Styles, who could be positioned as the underdog fighting against an unstoppable force. Their match would be a brutal, hard-hitting affair, showcasing Styles' resilience. Even if Styles lost, a strong showing would further cement his legacy. Ultimately, WWE's handling of AJ Styles is a textbook example of how poor booking can diminish even the most talented performers. Instead of treating him as a generational talent, they have relegated him to an afterthought, failing to utilize his skills to their full potential. Unless WWE changes course and starts booking him with the respect he deserves, Styles' legacy in the company will continue to be tarnished by years of wasted potential and missed opportunities.